What up, though, y'all? It's Chris out here with the early birds, about to get in the gym and get this workout out of the way early with the early birds. Shout out to you guys, my subscribers. I appreciate y'all following me. I thank you for following me for this ride to 5,000 by the end of the year. Now, let's get into this topic, man. Yeah, I got the beanie on. It's cold out here. But yeah, got the gloves on too. I'm gonna switch to the workout gloves though. And yes, I still got the tethered workout gloves. I told y'all that I should have threw them away. If I didn't throw them away, I was gonna end up coming here tomorrow to use them. And yeah, see, if I would have threw them away, it would have forced me to stop at Dunham's or Dick's or wherever to grab myself some more. But I don't know. There's still hope for today. I might still end up grabbing some. But I see Judge Mathis, man. He has gotten his wife back. And, yes, I am happy about this. Absolutely. You guys, I'm a Detroiter. Judge Mathis is from Detroit. I always like good things happening for my Detroit peoples. I don't like ever report negative stuff about my Detroit peoples. I love to report good stuff about my Detroit peoples. So remember, a few months back, I made a video saying how, his wife was leaving him. And I really appreciated how when, I think it was TMZ, when they stopped him and was talking to him, he was very candid. At first, he was like, he's doing good. And then he stopped and was like, you know what? I'm not. I'm doing good. That's just a conditioned answer. That's kind of the answer that we know we need to give. Oftentimes when people ask, how are you doing? They don't really mean it. So, and we know they don't really mean it. They don't really care. So you give the condition, oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing good. Even if you're not, you just kind of go with that anyway. And he conditioned to do that, continue to do that. And then he caught himself. No, I'm not doing great. And he started to go into why he wasn't doing great, because the situation with his wife, obviously, that was public knowledge. And I just appreciated how candid he was being, and how he was taking accountability for his part in the marriage. Now, we don't know what his wife has done or whatever over the years, but by his account, he has a really good wife. He's been married to her 40 years, and by his account, he had a very good wife that stuck by him through the years and supported him in what he wanted to do and has been patient while he's out grinding and whatnot. So I understand both sides. I understand if you him, how necessary it is to grind. She married a man that ended up being very public, high profile, a bit of a celebrity. And when that happens, when you're a woman married to a man like that, you kind of end up sharing him with the world, essentially. And some are okay with it and some aren't. Some are okay with it at first and they become, displeased with it over time. But 40 years, man, we got people saying that he was simping or is simping. I don't really agree with that, because this is his wife for 40 years, man. I don't think the dude is simping because he wants to keep his wife for 40 years. When you've been with somebody that long, you don't want to just lose them over something, especially things that you can correct. I'm a 43-year-old man. This man has been married pretty much all my life. I mean, think about that. So people that are criticizing and saying, oh, he's simping for her, he could just leave her and just get another woman. Yes, he could do that, but do he want another woman? If dude just wanted to bounce out there and just get some younger woman or whatever, he could have been did that. When his career first took off, he could have got out there and did that, but he didn't, because he wanted his wife and still wants his wife. And when they caught up to him and his wife, the two of them were together. They were all grinning for the camera. Now, him grinning for the camera was to be expected, because this was a man that truly, you could tell, loved his wife and didn't want to lose her. So that much wasn't to be surprising. What was surprising was his wife brimming the way that she was. And I really loved seeing that. His wife, you could tell, she's happy to still be with him. I really don't think his wife wanted to leave, because, I mean, come on now. Like, if she leaves her celebrity husband after 40 years, I mean, she effectively would end up alone. And that's just the reality of it. Because if you're the ex-wife of Judge Mathis, you done left this man prominent, good provider, obviously, he gets to that bag. And, you know, this man still loves you. You left him. There's not too many guys that's going to be checking for a woman who left her celebrity, prominent figure husband of 40 years. If she would leave him, the mentality of most men is going to be, what the hell hope do I have? If you would walk out on that dude and he been with you as long as he has, why would I ever think that you wouldn't just walk out on me? So she needed to stay. He needed her to stay. They're still together, and I'm really happy to see that, man. You know, like, unlike a lot of people, I still believe in marriage. I think that marriage is a good thing. You know, I was just brought up around people who believed in marriage. You know, my grandfather was married to the day he died. You know, he had more than one wife, but I will say he stayed married. You know, one marriage didn't work out. He went and he got married again. And his wife, who he was with when he died, he was with her my whole life. So, you know, I just grew up seeing, you know, the nuclear family, the family unit. I grew up seeing people being married and staying married. And the whole way things work today, with the moment you're unhappy about something, you're looking to, you know, for a way out. I just don't agree with that. I don't believe that that's what Judge Mathis' wife was doing, of course, because if she was with him for 40 years, obviously the moment things go left, she wasn't just looking to get the hell up out of there. You know, there's some things that he was doing or not doing that I'm sure she brought to his attention over the years, and he may have made some promises, and he admitted that. He did admit that. You know, he'd make promises about he would do this and he would do that. He would make more time for her, and he didn't, you know, and she believed, from what it seemed like, and we may not agree with this, but this is her life. This is what she decided. She believed that the filing for divorce was the best way to get his attention. Hey, stop, you know, neglecting me. And neglect, I use that word because those were his words. He said, don't neglect your wife. You know, he said, use him as a cautionary tale. Man, for real, I really mess with Judge Mathis. I really appreciate not only the message, but him just opening up and being candid, because he could have, you know, let his ego get the best of him and put on brash bravado. And that's what we do as men. And that's what we're always going to do. And we should have that brash bravado and confidence and all that sort of stuff. But there comes a point in time where you have to make a decision. Do you want to put that away for a second and salvage this relationship that you care about so much and you're so invested in, or do you want to lose it based on your ego? He chose the ego could go away for a bit. I'm gonna do what I need to do to get my wife. He's still that dude, you know. He's still that guy. He not any less of that guy because you know, he made the decision to, you know, I don't know if he begged her to stay, begged her to come back, or whatever he did, whatever promises he made, whatever things he showed her to prove, you know, I love you and I'm gonna be with you. I commend him for making the necessary changes. He still got his wife, and he probably gonna keep his wife. You know, I think a threat of divorce was, you know, one time was enough for him and for her. I don't think she's gonna do that again, and I don't think that he's gonna give her any reason to do that again. So I'm just really happy to see this for them again. I love reporting good stuff happening for my Detroit peoples. Even if they done moved away, man, they always Detroit, no matter what. You always Detroit. It don't matter if you move away. You are Detroit. You take Detroit wherever you go. I lived in California for a few years during my younger years. I took Detroit with me. The way I speak, you know, the way I dress, I took that Midwest flavor along with me. You know, it's just something that you don't outgrow. You don't, you know, you don't adjust. Us in Detroit, when we go somewhere, we stay who we are. We don't adapt to the environment. We stay who we are. We are Detroit. And I think other people from the Midwest can tell, you know, when you're from the Midwest or not. I'm gonna give y'all a quick story, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get in here and get this workout in. But I was in a couple years ago, I went to the San Diego Comic Convention, and we had this boat ride, you know, later on afterwards. And I seen a guy, he was nearly dressed identical to me. I was wearing a white Jordan hoodie, white pants, and my Carmine Jordan 6s. He was wearing the same hoodie but black, with black jeans and some black Jordan 9s. And I asked him where he was from, and he said Chicago. And I was like, yep, because we from the Midwest. We dress a certain way, we speak a certain way, we just, overall, our vibe is different. So even all the way over there on the West Coast, two guys from the Midwest were able to spot each other, so I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Shout out to Judge Mathis. Man, I'm happy for that guy, man. I love seeing families stay together. I love to see people stay together. Don't think that the grass is greener on the other side. It's not always. I mean, if you truly got a reason to leave, the person's abusive, physically or mentally, emotionally or whatever, okay, fine. But that clearly was not the case in this situation. His wife was just tired of being neglected over a while. So I don't think she really wanted to leave, period. Because if she did, she wouldn't have given him the opportunity to win her back. He ain't win his wife back. He just showed his wife, look, you my wife, I'm willing to do these things to, make our marriage better. And you have to be willing to do that. People that have been married for a long time, y'all got to understand. People that have been married for a long time, and I heard Anton, who's also from Detroit, say successfully married. I really like that. People have been successfully married for a long time. Y'all got to understand, there have been bumps and bruises along the way, concessions that had to be made, compromises that had to be made, and that's how they stayed together. You guys who don't think you have to do that, you'll never be married as long as them. Anton just celebrated his 20th anniversary being married. Y'all will never see no 20 years thinking that you don't ever have to compromise, you don't ever have to make sacrifices, you don't ever have to meet in the middle on anything. You'll never make it there. And you certainly won't make it to 40 years like Judge Mathis. So you guys that are talking about he was simping for his wife and all that sort of stuff, I ask you, are you married? And if so, how long have you been married? Because if you've only been married like 2-3 years, something like that, that's telling why you have that mentality. But I'm gonna get here and get this workout in, y'all. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.